Hi everybody and welcome. It's Debbie here with Debbie Stampin' Creations. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm going to be showing you a really cool card today. It's an Explsion Gate Fold card. Here's what it's going to be similar. It's not going to be exactly the same, but it's a gate fold, and when you open it up you have the explosion inside. So I have a couple of my team members that are celebrating their 5th year anniversary with Stampin' Up! So I wanted to do something special for them, so this is going to be their card. I am going to be using Eden's Garden to make this today. Now Eden's Garden is available. It's actually an early release from Stampin' Up! The stamp set and the dies are going to carry over and they will be in the new catalog. However, the papers and the embellishments are only while supplies last. And I did just check a minute ago and it looks like everything's available. This paper is absolutely gorgeous. It's the greens. It coordinates with the evening evergreen and the soft succulent. But let me show you these papers. They have gold accents in them. And then on the back side, there's your green and white. Here's another one. Look at all the gold in that. Isn't that beautiful? And then on the back, you've got your greens. Now here's one with a leaf print on it. And again, it has the gold speckles in there. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, if I can get the light just right. But there's little tiny specks of gold on that. And look at this back side. Isn't that nice? Another one with more gold in it. It's a leaf print, and on the back of that, another green design. And here's this one. The gold accents in it. And look at that splattered paint look on the back. It's very nice. Now this one is one that, nope, that's not the one I wanted to show you. Here is the last one, and I've used a lot of it. That's actually what I used on the inside of this for the explosion. See how it's, and then this is the back side of that. So anyway, those papers are beautiful, and this is only while supplies last. So if that is something that you're interested in, it's going to be available until January 3rd, or while supplies last. So don't miss out on that one. This is the stamp set. I love these things in here. Dear friend, how are you? This one says, my heart is tied to yours. Tug if you need anything. It's just got a nice friend card stamp set. And here are the dies. You can see you've got these floral frames. And here's a piece to cut your greetings on. And here's a border one. The gems that come with it are the garden gems, and you can see how sparkly and shiny and pretty they are. And of course everything coordinates well together. So also, if you don't have a demonstrator, coming in January is our new mini catalog, and our celebrations will start. So if you don't have a catalog and you would like one, please make sure you let me know. Our mailing selector's already over, so I will gladly drop them in the mail to you if you let me know you need one. Alright, let's get started on this super cool card. Thanks to my cousin Nancy. She's the one that I got the idea from. She is my upline, and that's what's so cool about Stampin' Up! We're all family and we share all kinds of ideas. So let's get started. Let's get my score over here because we're going to need to score a lot. And I will give you the measurements and pieces as we go. So to start with, let me, here it is, find my little cheat sheet. Okay, so we're starting with the cardstock, and this is soft succulent. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and we are going to score it at 2 1/8 inches from each end. So go on here and go to 2 1/8. Make sure you've got the score blade and not the cutting blade. And you're going to score that. Then you're going to turn it around and you're going to do the same thing from the other side. 2 1/8 and score that. Now we're going to fold this and burnish it to make a gatefold card. I got something on there. There we go. So make sure you get that folded up there. And there's the base of our card, the gatefold card. Okay, so let's go ahead and decorate this before we work on the inside, the explosion part. So for the front, we are going to cut, I am using, this is the piece of paper that I'm using for this particular card. And I am going to be using, here it is, this side for the front, and for these pieces are each 5 3/8 inches by 1 7/8 inches. Let's get that over there. So we can go ahead and put these on, and there's no right or wrong direction on this paper for the back side. Let me get this over here closer to the edge. All right, so let's get this stuck down. And you can see it's going to leave just a little border around it. And this is just to give it basically some design on the background. If you wanted to do your gatefold with just the stamps from the stamp set, you could always stamp your own background on there. Once this paper's gone, we won't be able to get it anymore. I just love the colors in this paper. They go so well. And so that's the front. Now for the inside, we're going to decorate it all, because you can see behind the explosion, you can see the paper. So on the inside, we have 2 more pieces. Now these are different. These are 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. Now I shorten the sides to match with the center so it all is equal across on the inside. That's why it's a little bit shorter than the ones on the outside. Let's get this put on here. I think it's just easier to get this done before we start on the belly band and the explosion, because that way this is all out of the way. And okay, put this over here. And then we just stick this right in the middle. Now, of course, for the explosion and the belly band, we're going to use the opposite side. So then we'll have both patterns. And that's the good thing about Stampin' Up's Designer Series papers, is that you don't have to worry about matching because they go together so well. Okay, so now we're going to, this is the belly band. This is the part that's going to go on the front around your card to hold it closed. And the belly band measures 3 by 9 1/4. And we are going to score it at 2 1/4. So get that, get our score blade. Which flew out over here? There it is. Okay, so 2 1/4. And that's just going to give us the guidance on one side so we can wrap it around and get it to fit. Now to decorate on the front, we are going to, once we put this on, you can see that's scored right there. You're going to bring it around and it's going to create the belly band. When you put a belly band on, you don't want to make it so tight that it's going to not move up and down, but you don't want it so loose that it's falling off. So we are going to be putting some tear tape on here so that when we get it fastened just right, then we can put it down, and tear and tape will hold it so much better so that you're not going to have to worry about it popping open when somebody's opening the card. Okay, now for the front piece, we have a piece of the Evening Evergreen, and we have a piece of, this measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and your basic white measures 2 1/2 by 4. So you're going to have a layer like this that's going to go on the front of your belly band, and where we attach it to the front will cover the seam here, so you won't even notice that there's a seam. So let's get this, we're going to stamp on here, and we are going to use stamps from the Eden's Garden. And I am going to say hello there. Let's celebrate everything. These gals have been selling Stampin' Up! Now for 5 years. So we're going to, let's celebrate everything. And we're going to use the big flower out of here. These are just beautiful stamps. And I think we will put one at the top and one at the bottom, and put the hello, let's celebrate everything in the middle. So let's start with putting this on here. And I'm going to stamp it in the Evening Evergreen. Let me get my blocks over here. And let's see if we have these lined up. And we can practice right here on our paper to see if we need to adjust it. I think I want them a little bit closer together. And if I can't do them too close together on the same stamp, I may have to stamp them separate. Hello there, let's celebrate everything. And you can just play with these until you get them how you want them. There. Now we can put this right in the middle. And we do have a little area over here. We can even add some of our gems for the embellishment. Alright, let's get this flower or leaves, a flower. I love this stamp. It's those distinctive stamps, so they look like it's, and that looks like it's that very detailed. All right, let's do this and let's do it right there. And we're going to turn it over. And we are going to turn it this way. Oh yes, that's pretty. All right, now let's go ahead and layer this up on our evening evergreen. Oops. Well, let me grab an old adhesive here because looks like that one's out. Oh, that looks very nice. So now when we put our belly band on, and we're going to seal it, and like I said, we want it just tight enough that it stays on, but not so tight that it's going to tear when we're moving it. So, and you want to make sure it's lined up straight. There. So now we have that, and we can add this onto the front of it. And then, where did those gems go? Oh, here they are. We could add a couple of gems just to give a little bit of sparkle on the front. I think I'm going to be a little ornery when I give it to them, and maybe put a little bit of confetti on the inside. So let's, I don't know, I like them. Let's try these teardrop looking ones. We can add a couple over here. And one up here at the top. There. We could even move that down a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our card, our gatefold card done. We have the belly band done. So let's get to the fun part. Let's do the explosion part for the inside. And on the inside, this piece measures 4 by 8. And we are going to score at 2. Score at 2. 4. And 6. Now, you want to, the next scores that we want to make are going to be from the center to the outside corner in both directions. And that's easily done lining this up on our score. You can put this tip down here and your score mark right there and score. Then you're going to turn it the opposite direction. Put your score mark. Let me see if I'm doing score marks right here. Rotate it around so the tip is right there. And you can score that side. Now you're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side so that you've got scored on both sides from the center seam to the corner. And you're going to rotate around and do it this way again. Now you're not going to burnish these just yet because you want to make sure you've got it even so that when we fold this up, it's going to fold the way that we want to fold it. So we're going to start out by folding on the center fold, and then you want to bring this center fold down, this side corner down, and make sure that it's straight on your center fold, and then you can press that crease. Do the same thing on this side. You don't want them overlapping. You want them just meeting in the middle. Now we're going to turn it around. See how I did that? Like this. Now we're going to turn it around, and we're going to do the same thing on the top half. And do it again over here. Fold this up. And see how that was scored just a little off? Now's the time that you can straighten that fold out. Okay? You can see I got some ink on here, but that's not going to matter because this is going to be the part that's towards the back. So, now that we have this done, we are going to take and we are going to fold, and when you fold, you're going to see these creases are going to go the way that they're supposed to go. The inside crease and the outside crease. It's going to be like this. And we are going to do it like this. Now we're going to turn it over here, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now see how those are going to meet, but they're not going to overlap. Let me show you this one more time. Here's your the first 3 scores are down the middle. Then we scored this way and this way and this way and this way. Now when they fold up, they fold to create our explosion card. And I actually have this backwards from the way that I want it. So you can see that they go either direction. No, I want it this way. Because this is the side that I want attached to the card. And I already creased it the other way. That's why it's giving me a hard time now. But we're going to crease, crease, and fold. The secret is to get these centers to go the way you want them, and then you can get the rest of it to follow. So if you get these to go in and in, just play with it. I'm doing it backwards again. They need to go in and in. And this needs to fold over. In and in. Make sure it's straight. And then you've got this piece here. It'll go. So there we go. Now I've got it the right direction. I folded it the wrong direction the first time, but this is how I want it. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this over, and for this portion we are using the tear tape because this needs to stay in place when we are attaching, when we're opening and closing the card. So you're going to put it so that the opening's down, and you're going to put 3 pieces of tear and tape on this. Whoops. So you put one right down the middle. And you put one on either side. Now, we're going to get our gatefold card, and we are going to line this up so that that center crease is right with our gatefold. And we are going to put a piece of tear and tape right here. And peel that off. And then we're going to close this over. And that's going to attach the first side of our okay. So now we're going to open this up. We're going to take this over here and we're going to remove the tape, the backs of this tear tape. And we're going to fold this over and seal that down. So now the last thing we have to do is attach this side over here. So with this down, we're going to remove the back here. And fold this over. And we've completed our card. And there's our explosion. Now, for the inside, you don't want to leave that blank in here. And I've done mine ahead of time. You could make this, if you're making this a birthday card or whatever, you can put your greeting on the inside. If you wanted to, you could also just put a little something on the inside, and you could attach a piece of white to the back to write your message on. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my green piece. Now these are, the Evening Evergreen is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and this is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And I want to make sure I get this right in the middle. So line up my points here because I want it to be straight. There we go. This, like I said, is for some of my team members that have been with me for a long time. So this actually says, thanks for being on my team, and I have a number 5 I'm going to pop on there, and for 5 years. So we can go ahead and fasten this down. I just have to glue that 5 on there. And at the moment, I don't know what I did with it. So we're going to line this up on the center. Make sure you got your points lined up so it's straight. Make sure that your folds are in. And here is my card. So the belly band says, hello there. Let's celebrate everything. When they open it up, it's going to say, thanks for being on my team 5 years. Here's my 5. I cut my 5 out. And I probably will add a piece to the back, which would measure 4 by 5 1/4. Let me go ahead and do that, because with that on the inside, there's not really a lot of room to write things. So this way I can take my back and I can write my own personal message back here, which I will want to do with my team to let them know how glad I am they stayed with me and how excited I am that they're celebrating 5 years. And I am just running out of adhesive all over. There's another one. I'm actually currently out of my Stampin' Seal Plus to replace mine. So I'm lucky I have some extra old ones around. Alright, so there's that. And here's my belly band again. I'm just so excited about this card. So, oops, I didn't put my 5 on. Let me use some green glue and just put a few dots on here. So hello there, let's celebrate everything. Thanks for being on my team for 5 years. And like I say, I'll probably put some confetti in there. I have a birthday coming up here that I'm going to make one of these for as well. So it's going to be fun and exciting to do that. But that's the card for the day. And like I said, the paper and the embellishments are only while supplies last. So if that's something that you're interested in, the Eden's Garden will be in the new catalog come January. So if you haven't got a demonstrator and you'd like me to send you one of these, make sure you can email me at debs.stamping@yahoo.com or just message me. I will gladly get one over to you. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.